Now that we are ready with all of our tools, it's time to create a project. As we are using CLI, it's pretty easy to create a project. We need to issue a command in order to set up our project. Let's go ahead and see this in practice. I'll open a command prompt and navigate to the desired location. I would like to save my project in My Projects, which is in C drive. I'll issue ng new command to create my project. I'll pass my project name. Hit enter. This will create all the required files and download the node packages. It may take a couple of minutes, be patient. Let's see what CLI has done for us. Navigate to the directory, open it in Visual Studio Code. Let's spend some time analyzing the project structure. We have a folder E2E, don't worry about it now. We'll talk about it when we are writing end-to-end tests. And we have node modules. This is where Angular resides. We have other dependencies too, so you don't need to worry about it. Just know that all of our npm packages are residing in this folder. And then we have src folder. This is where we would be spending most of our time, and this is where most of the code lies. And then we have angular cli.json. This is a configuration file for Angular CLI. So if you see here, we have a root directory, so we are specifying some settings, and then we have output directory. Spend some time analyzing this file. And then we have editor config. Pretty much I can delete it. And then I have a git ignore file. So if you plan to push your code to Git repository, you need this. And then we have karma-conf.js file. I'll talk about it in the module unit testing. And then we have package.json file. This is a configuration file for our project, where you have a script section. You can run these scripts using command line. And then we have dependencies. This is where we mention the name of the package that we are dependent on and the version of the package. So if you see here, we are using Angular 4.0.0. And then we have dev dependencies section. We are dependent on Karma because we will be writing unit tests using Karma, and then Jasmine. Then we have protractor-conf.js. Don't worry about it now. I'll talk about it when we are talking about end-to-end testing. Then we have readme.md. So this is a high-level documentation of your project. And then we have TypeScript config file. And these are kind of instructions that you're giving to TypeScript compiler. For instance, I'm saying, go ahead and generate source maps. When you convert your TypeScript files into JavaScript file, I'm asking it to generate source maps. That would help me in debugging my application. Then we have tslint.json. This is the configuration settings for finding the lint errors. So you specify all the rules. For instance, you're saying no use before declare. So you cannot use a variable without declaring it. It's time to run this application. To run this application, you'll say ngserve -o. -o stands for open, and it will open your application in a browser. If you see this message, it means your setup is successful.